welcome to Join Our Town. I'm Darryl Gordon, your host, and I'm sitting here today with Ryan Skinner, the Center Director at Active Day. It's a pleasure to have you here today, Ryan. We're going to be talking a little about seniors and the aging concerns that we are facing with our seniors. And, you know, it's the baby boomer time. So, you know, a lot of issues, a lot of discussions are focused around our baby boomers and, you know, those that are, you know, experiencing just a different environment as opposed to previously. You know, it's interesting, we talk about homes and, you know, during the baby boomers time when they were middle-aged, they bought all these homes and, you know, now that whole population is progressing either into nursing homes or within their own respective homes and finding themselves living with their sons or their daughters or other loved ones. I know you have an opinion on that whole process, so let's talk a little bit about why is it important for seniors to stay in their own home and remain independent as long as possible.
Sure. The baby boomer generation, as well as our current seniors, are very independent, fiercely independent. They've purchased that home on their own. They've lived in that home for 50, 60 years. They want to remain there. With that independence comes a lot of needs, and there's really just a couple options out there. Either go to a nursing home or stay in the home and try to get services that will help you remain in that home as long as possible. With those, a couple services that are out there to help you remain in your home are adult daycares.
And as you look at other nursing homes, you know, when you look at the two, you got nursing homes and you have outpatient, which I believe is what Active Day is.
Sure.
It's a novel process when I hear the programming that you guys are involved in, and you guys are advocating that the adult remains in the home, but perhaps during the day when I'm at work, I can take my mom to your facility for the day, an outpatient, let them stimulate their mind, have social interaction, and then head on back home at 6 o'clock when I'm done with my day.
Exactly.
Talk a little bit about, you know, the medical benefits to that. And I don't know if studies have been conducted to prove that, you know, so often we have the team coming to the home to work with the aging adult, but now we're talking about that adult can still stay home. However, I can have that adult have some social time, just as we talk about a homeschool kid who still needs social time and interaction.
A lot of home healths, like you said, will go into the home, help the caregiver out, but the need is there for the person to go out and experience some socialization with some other people. Not only does someone need the medical health, but they also need that physical health, the social health.
Yes.
A lot of people that I deal with, they'll come in and, you know, my husband just sits in front of the TV all day. What can we do to get him out and get him to experience some interaction with other people, some exercise, things of that nature, and that's what we can provide. Rather than sitting at home and, you know, just not doing anything, having someone, the spouse or whatnot, look after that person day in and day out. We offer an opportunity to come to the center, interact with a variety of people their own age, do things that will stimulate the mind, that social aspect, and their overall well-being.
And you talk about physicality and you know, so often they're just sitting there.
Sure.
And you know, getting them active and involved and I think is truly so important to this process. So one would also say, with the way the economy is today, dollars are just hard to come by. And people are making really strong decisions as to whether I can even afford to put my father or mother into a nursing home, although I got to continue to work to take care of my family in some of those situations because mom and dad didn't save the money to do those types of things. Share with me a little bit about cost comparisons as it relates to nursing homes and as it relates to outpatient.
Okay. Cost is a huge thing, both with personal lives and the government. nursing home costs, on an average, are around $70,000 a year, whereas adult daycare costs are under $25,000 a year. And those are just vague monetary figures. So not only personally are you looking to save, but the state's looking to save as well. There's a lot of movements going on to help keep people in their own homes as long as possible, funded by the states. The Medicaid waiver program will pay 100% of adult daycare. There's a program out that is called Money Follows the Person that goes into the nursing home, looks at people who may benefit from going out and living on their own. They help find a place for that person to live and find services for that person once they move out into the place to live. And they're all looking at those costs because the states, as the baby boomers come up, more and more people need these services. So the states, can't get their money from trees.
That's right.
So they look into ways that they can save money as well.
Caregivers need break, as we talk about.
Sure.
And is this a form of respite?
Caregivers are, caring for their loved one day in and day out. It's just a part of the job for them. You have a spouse who's caring for their husband that may have dementia or something along those lines that, when they're caring for someone day in and day out, they don't see the toll that it's taking on their own body.
Absolutely.
They may not be able to leave their spouse home alone, so the spouse is going out with them wherever they go, and it just takes a major toll on the body. And it's not going to do anyone any good if the caregiver ends up debilitated somehow from caring for that spouse.